Hello, my Sonoran Mystic Tarot Soul Tribe. Welcome back, and I'm glad to see you back. For those of you who tried to catch me on the live stream on Wednesday evening or Thursday, or both, I apologize so much. I was not feeling well. I've been under the weather for the last few days, and I'm feeling so much better now, but I was not able to be whole enough to come in and do a session. I just didn't have the energy, and I will not do a terrible reading. I don't do those things that way. I don't do it halfway. It's either one way or the other. So I apologize for not being there. For those of you who are curious about what I am speaking, I do a live stream on Wednesday night between the hours of 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. on both YouTube and on twitch.tv under Sonoran Mystic Tarot. And we live stream for 2 hours, and you can jump in and you request a reading, and I give you a reading. There's a friend of mine, Angie, she does it with me. And we live stream for over 3 hours pretty much. Most of the time it runs to about 3 hours because we have so many people pop in. And then we do the same thing I do the same thing on Thursday morning with a friend of mine, Shauna, who's Naturally Divine Goddess. And she joins me, and we do the same thing on Thursday mornings between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. Mountain Time, where we do live readings. For anybody who pops in, you want a live reading, you just request one and we give it to you as long as we haven't already filled our list. Sometimes the list fills up quickly because so many people join us. I think we had like 243 people the other day before the last time we did it. It was like 243 people in there. It was fun. It was crazy and fun. Not everybody got readings, of course, because we ran out of time before we saw the people. Excuse me. But with that said, I really delayed long enough. I apologize. Libra, this is your reading for the week of January 24th through 30th. Again, if you want to keep track of what we're doing, hit that subscribe button down here on YouTube and the little icon bell beside it as well. The icon bell will give you updates and let you know when we've uploaded something, or it'll also give you warnings when we go live. And so then you don't even have to wonder about when we're live. You'll get notice. You hit the button, click on that little icon when it pops up on your phone or on wherever, and you'll be able to come right into the live immediately, and then you can get a full reading then, which would be wonderful. With that said, let's get to it. Again, Libra, this is your reading, January 24th through the 30th. This is what I call a progression reading, and this is a little different than other readings. This reading is just like a story. It tells you the story of your situation. It's not like the usual cards that I do. I've been using this for a while and testing it, and I love the way it works. In this reading, this specific card represents you and your energy for this week, and the energy for this week is you having the time to stop and to look at what you've accomplished so far. There's a reason to be reflective this week. And so this is the week in which you're going to stop and you're going to look back and say, okay, what have I been doing? How has it been working out? What's been working for me? What hasn't been working for me? You will find that you have been planting a lot of seeds. You have nurtured it very well, and you're seeing a lot of growth. And so one thing is that by the end of the week, you will be very happy with knowing that the work that you've been putting forward is coming through in a beneficial way to you. Because when you see this card, this is nothing less than reminding you of the benefit that you're bringing to people, you're bringing to society, you're bringing to yourself and your family. This is a wonderful card. So it's a wonderful feeling this week. And look at this, the Lover's card. One of the things you'll be looking at is looking at your relationship and your relationship you're in. The Lover's card is wonderful because, again, it's reminding you that union between you and somebody else. It's also reminding you to take a look, and this, again, we're reviewing. This is the reviewing situation. So you're reviewing the relationship you're in. You're reviewing the connection that you have. This card is also reminding you that the love is not only lover, male, female. This is lover as in you and anyone else who is significant to you. So it could be a same-sex situation as well. It could be, again, so you and your significant others, the point there, but it's not limited to that. This is a parent, a child. This is a parent, a grandparent. This is a grandchild, grandparent. This is mother, father. This is daughter and father. This is all love. This is pure love. This is not just the love that is a union of the traditional man and woman. This is the love of family. This is the love of of friends. So again, this is a time for you to review your relationship with your family or with your friends. This is a week to review all those things. And you're gonna, for some reason, you just feel like you're gonna be feeling like you're compelled to understand and make sure that you're doing okay with them, that you have put the work in that they deserved to ensure that friendship exists, that relationship still exists, that you're giving your relationship a fair amount of time, that you're showing enough love and wonderment to your significant other, that they're getting the attention they deserve, that maybe work isn't everything, and you're making sure that they know that they are more important than work. They are more important than anything else in your world. That your kids know that they're more important than other things as well. Again, that's what that card is reminding you to do. This is good. Again, this is now indicating, when you see this card, this is the Perseverance card. And so apparently there's been a little bit of a rough road there maybe, and that's why you're looking back. You're feeling like things have gotten a little bit off track, or you're feeling like things are kind of a bit bumpy, and that's why you're concerned about this. But it's okay. You're gonna get through this. This is gonna be fine. You're moving forward. Again, take the time and show the people that you love them. Make sure that you tell them what it is, and you vocalize it. Don't just think it, and don't just behave a certain way for a little while. Actually say it. Tell them, because some people want to hear it. So make sure you verbalize those words. This card here, the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is saying that right now, as you go through this, you're going to make some mistakes. You're going to stumble it. You're going to be kind of awkward, because this is not a conversation you're used to having. You're not used to saying, you're not used to talking about your feelings so much. You're not somebody totally used to that. And so by actually having to put it into words, you're like, maybe you're going to get it wrong. Maybe you're going to not quite say exactly the right way. Who cares? Just say it. That's the best way I can say it. Just say it. Just tell them, speak to them, make sure that they understand what it is that you're trying to say. Sometimes, when you're vocalizing, sometimes they say it's too much. You can speak too much, but in this situation, you need to just make sure they totally understand. So if you say a little more than you need to, maybe that's a reason, because they need to hear a little more than they usually would. Now, I love this, because this is that fertile energy. From this comes this new fertile energy, and that's the Empress. From this, the Empress is there, and so the Empress is like, this is starting things anew. So whatever this is, again, is jump-starting all this new energy and all this new excitement and all this new happiness. And it's going to make you a happier person. It's going to make your family happier. I mean, look at this, the abundance coming in, the newness coming in, the openness, the things that are growing. So I think this is a wonderful situation. Look at this. There's been again, this is the combat card. This is the card of dropping the sword. So again, there must have been a situation where you feel like, again, you had to question this, and you've even already dropped the swords, but there's a little bit of soreness. With the swords dropped, sometimes what happens is when the swords are up, we cut a little too deep sometimes. When I say that, I don't mean by physically, I mean like verbally. Sometimes because we know people best, we sometimes say things that hurt them the deepest. We don't mean to in the moment, but we do mean to, because we do it. But we just wish we hadn't, because for some reason we couldn't constrain ourselves. And so there are probably a little deeper wounds. Give those wounds time to heal as you reflect here. Make sure that you give the words. Make sure you make the right statements. Make sure at least you do something to show them, but also give them the opportunity to take the time to heal their wounds. Again, things are popping, things are floating around, things are still settling in, there's still a lot of flying around, but it's going to be fine. Again, you're working on that, and that's a good thing. You're headed to stability. You're headed to and this is a gift. This is a gift from the universe. You're headed back to stability. Again, you're in a good place because you've taken the time to do the review. And so embrace that review. Make sure that review is on point, and make sure that you appreciate the time that you've taken for it too, because when you do this, it's going to help you feel like a more whole and complete individual. Now, again, that makes sense here, because we're going to see with seeing we can't make a decision. Sometimes you don't make a decision, so I wouldn't be doing. This is just saying, don't do anything rashly. Just kind of, if you can't make a decision, that's fine. It's understood. So if you're asked questions or whatever, and sometimes you don't do anything. And that's why, again, because you want to let them heal. You need to let them heal. So sometimes just for stability purposes, don't do anything. Just kind of let things hang around there for a little while. Rest a little bit. Make sure things rest. Keep things in a restful situation. Again, if the wounds are healing, let issues lie. Don't shake issues up. This is not a time to do that. Instead, you want to just let things rest. Then we have the Hierophant here. Again, the Hierophant says things are going to go back to a new normal. They're going to be back to kind of a normal situation. You know, the structure is there. Things are good. You didn't do severe damage. No. If anything, you gave a wake-up call, and that's a good thing. And then there's that Queen of Wands. She's going to make sure that this all gets a bright new start and a fresh new start. She's in control. She's determined. She's a little mystical there. She's a little playful. You know, but look at this new growth coming out of the wand. And so again, she's giving you notice that this is going to be okay. You're going to be okay. You're all going to get beyond this. It's not a terrible thing. And again, it's not a terrible thing anyway. But the point is that you are addressing it. That's what this is about. You are taking it on, you're facing it, you're opening yourself up to questions that really are, again, uncomfortable for you, but you're going to take them on. So take the time this week to review relationships. Make sure that everybody, all the different relationships get the attention it deserves. Those relationships who've been a bit battered, make sure that you reach out and you try to heal those relationships. Try to find stability back in those relationships. Let some old wounds heal. Don't push, don't push, don't push. If somebody isn't willing right now to move forward, let it be. It'll come through eventually. But most importantly, give it time, give it space, and then of course be patient. Be patient. Be patient with all involved. The next says 10 of Wands. Again, it's closure. You're bringing closure to some issues, which is wonderful. The Emperor, again, you're in control with this. You have control. You control the speed. You control the tempo. You control how people act. You control whatever. So you are in control. The Three of Pentacles. Don't forget to ask advice from time to time. If you need advice from other people, ask their advice as well. Ask them to give you feedback on how things are going. Don't just push ahead on your own and then just expect people to respond a certain way. Make sure you ask. Make sure you communicate. Make sure you're talking. That's important. There's the Nine of Cups. Again, the Nine of Cups is wonderful. Again, you're on that search for that happiness. This is going to bring you happiness and fulfillment. So this is part of that solution to get this year off. This is part of the year. Again, part of the way to get that going. Focus. Make sure you stay focused on what you're doing. Don't get lost. Don't get distracted. Love the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is always a wonderful feeling. The Six of Pentacles is that giving feeling, that feeling of I'm wanting to help others, wanting to push forward. And the Wheel of Fortune says when you finish this is going to come back on you in a very positive way as well. With that said, I am thrilled with what this is saying. It looks like that, again, this is part of a growth pattern for you. This is very specific to a new year anyway. This is what you would expect in a new year energy. And take this time and heal. Take this time and, again, revisit all your different relationships. Make sure that those relationships that are on rocky ground right now are put back on solid foundation. Make sure that those that are in good stead maybe increase to better. You know, make sure that everybody knows how you feel and where they are in alignment with you. And with that said, you will have a great jumping off point for the rest of the year. Libra, this is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you appreciated it. And don't forget to hit that like button, also the subscribe button, and then the share and follow and other buttons on the different other social media platforms as well. With that said, I'm going to let you go. Have an amazing week. Hopefully your year has already gotten off to a great start. This month is almost over. I cannot believe it. And I'll be back next week with another reading. And the February readings are right after that. So can you believe it? February soon. Wow. Anyway, take care. Have a great one. This is Dom with Sonoran Mystic Tarot. Bye-bye.